Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you hit that like button, subscribe, and I hope you share this video. In this video, I'm trying to make it positive because we've been getting so much rain that it really took a toll on my garden. But there are a lot of good things happening in the garden and I'm going to share it with you. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. The first thing I want you to know is my grandson Brian, who will be 12 in a couple months, is videotaping me. And Brian, I want you to walk with me over here so you can show everybody and focus in on all of this water. Like right here. Go zoom in closer so you can see how that is. And luckily, because we put mulch all around here, so it is not going into the containers. It's actually being absorbed by the wood mulch. You can see here that my Minnesota midget cantaloupe was beaten up pretty bad, so I'm going to share with you how I pruned it down. It really rained hard last night, but thank God the winds weren't so high. So anyway, I'm out here this morning and I'm going to trim up all the bad leaves off of my Minnesota midget cantaloupe that got beat down in the storm last week. As you can see, it looks like we have one forming here. I don't know if it had been pollinated or not because it's been raining real bad, but I'm gonna go ahead on and trim all these leaves off of here, and then I'll come back and I'll show it to you. Okay, so this is what I took off, and those two peaches fell off of my neighbor's tree. And this is what it looks like now. It's not too bad. As you can see, the tendrils are latching on to anything that they can grab a hold to. There's a couple more leaves down here I can take off. And they pinch off real easily. I mean, they're real damaged, so it doesn't make sense to hang on to them so it won't be grabbing nutrition from the plant. But yeah, I'm gonna let these grow out a little bit more and then I'll secure them. But right now, I feel better. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The peppers on this plant they're doing really well. They're getting big. Go in close, Brian, so you can see how big these peppers are getting. Right here, Brian, where my cane is. You got it close? You see how big they are?
Yeah.
This pepper plant is looking pretty good, and I think the wall acted as a windbreak and it didn't damage it too much. But I'm gonna take off the little leaves like so that are split, and then I'm going to harvest the largest peppers, and I'll come back and I'll show you. So I removed these leaves, so that wasn't too bad, and I trimmed up, you know, the plant, and I harvested these two nice sized bell peppers. One's a little bit bigger, and I left plenty of them on the plant for a later harvest. These are the finicky okra plants that I transplanted last week. Even with all the rain, they're holding on. Go in closer, Brian. Right here's all of these red peppers here. We're gonna harvest all of those. This plant got beat up pretty bad. I removed some of the leaves the other day. And this is a mini pepper plant. As you can see, it turns orange. I harvested a few of those peppers the other day. I'll probably pop a little picture in here to let you see, but there's not too much I can do to this plant other than take off, you know, some bad leaves. There's peppers starting to grow there. There are a few more down here. So I think this pepper plant, it's a mini pepper plant. I think it's a sweet pepper. I think it'll be okay. I'm just picking up the bad leaves. Okay, so let's move on. That's purslane. I'm gonna let it grow. Purslane, if you didn't know, is some people call it a weed. It has more omega-3 in a serving than salmon does. So yeah, I like to let that purslane grow. Now I'm moving on to this pepper plant. It's a hot pepper. It's a super chili. So all I need to do is to harvest the little red chili peppers, and then I'll be back and I'll show you my harvest. Okay, so I think I got all of the right little chili peppers off of this plant. I put them over here right now. Just gotta go upstairs and get my harvest basket. But that's a nice little amount. My daughter's gonna make hot sauce. The wind beat up this pepper plant pretty bad, but you can see we have one growing on here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it down all the way to here, and I'm gonna try to do it with my right hand and hold the camera with my left hand. I'm just gonna take it off about right here. And it'll keep growing. There we go. Take off these little beat up, big, large leaves off of here. And that's a nice size pepper. I think I let it grow a little bit longer. And of course, there's one right there. Forecast for the next 14 days is still a lot of rain. But the good news is it's pretty hot, and so the rain dries up pretty fast. Feel that rain coming down? Yeah. Okay, it's raining again, guys. We're gonna have to go in. I was able to harvest these goodies before it started raining. So my oldest grandchild graduated from high school last week, and here we are, my daughter, Bria, her daughter, and my son-in-law and Brian getting ready to go to a dinner in her honor. Guys, we made it inside before it started raining very hard. We're out back celebrating my oldest granddaughter and the first grandchild graduating from high school. Okay, Caitlin, say something to the people.
Oh, thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I'll link my Cash App and my Zelle below, and my Amazon wish list. So if you guys want to buy anything, feel free.
Actually, I'll put it on the screen of the video.
So put it on the screen. So
my YouTube
right
video.
Here.
Hi, guys. All right, so we have a real big party down there, guys.
A lot of people came out.
Yeah, a lot of people came out in this weather. All right. My handsome son, Trey, that is Caitlin's father and my business manager. So he thinks anyway. Okay. All right. Here's the Hungarian hot wax pepper. It doesn't look too bad. I'm going to harvest a few of the peppers that are a nice size. These taste so good, guys. Stuffed with, my daughter made cream cheese and wrap bacon around it. It's delicious. And so I think I got another one way over there, but it's a lot of water down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go and get that one. Yeah. And I think I could take this one right here. And they are surprisingly hot. So I know she'll be happy about that, because she may even mix it with the red chili peppers for her sauce if she doesn't do the stuffed pepper deal. Okay, we're coming along nicely. As you can see over here, we've got standing water. And that okra right over there, I'm gonna go in closer, is probably too hard. That was the one I showed you all last week. I said we're gonna have okra in a couple of days, but it was so much rain I couldn't get out here and get it. Let me feel it. Yeah, it's a little hard. I can't even break it off. Let me get my pruners, I'll be back. Okay, so now, let me show you this okra. It's too hard, but there's another one right there, bam, and two more, actually three more right over here. Now this plant is getting to the point where that okra will grow overnight. It'll grow like 2 inches a day. I'm not kidding. New gardeners, watch that okra, don't let it get hard. If you hear that crunch, That's too hard, okay? Eggplant is looking great. I removed a few leaves from it the other day, but it looks pretty good. Right here, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this from my apple tree that's growing below the graft. See right there? I'm just gonna go ahead on and prune that off. I gotta get some alcohol to sanitize my shears. I don't have to show you that, but I'm gonna move on. This is the Golden Delicious apple, and the apples are getting bigger. We lost some of them in the storm that I had bagged up, but that's okay. We'll take what we can get. This looks really horrible. I harvested the squash, crookneck squash out of here the other day. This squash plant is doing pretty good, but if there were squash bugs over there, it could be some over here. So I'm gonna have to really get out here. Probably come out tonight and spray it with neem oil and dish soap. Coneflower's looking good. Beans getting too much water. They look horrible. But we got a few beans on here I can harvest. I don't like for them to get too big. So we'll harvest some beans. I'm gonna go ahead and probably put an okra seed in here. Something that I know I can grow very well during the heat of the hottest point of the summer, because it'll be scorching down here. So let me just put these in my lap, my little beans, and I'll get the rest of them. Okay, but that's not too bad. That'd be another serving for me. Guys, I started trimming up all the bad leaves on the bean plant, and there's a lot more. I decided to go ahead and cut my losses. I'm gonna pull this plant up. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it up and put it in the compost. Because it was only like 3 beans in here, 3 or 4. Okay. I'm gonna let that compost and anything that is still in here, the roots will just go ahead on and break down and fertilize the soil. Okay. Here's the beans in the basket. You guys saw me plant about a month ago. I'm gonna harvest the majority of these beans, and I'll let them keep growing. I do see some insect damage, but mostly overwatering damage. But I'll just add these few beans to my other pile. All of this in here because we had a windbreak from that fence where the gate is right there, and then the corner here. This didn't suffer too much damage. As you can see, the flowers, the zinnias are holding on, Japanese eggplant, patty pan squash right there. I've harvested the majority of the tomatoes. I'll get them. Yeah. And then I'll check that squash and watermelon over in that corner. This area of the garden got a whole lot of water. You can see standing water here. But the garden itself doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna harvest those tomatoes. The kale is coming back pretty good from where I harvested. The parsley, comfrey took off. It's gonna go in the ground. And you can see the squash over there is doing really well in that corner. I haven't planted my green stalk towers yet, but I will soon. The Swiss chard is taking off again. Watermelon is doing really well. I'm gonna need to get some help because I'm gonna have to move this Keter extra large raised garden bed that I took the legs off of and turn it the other way so that the watermelon vines can run that way. Okay. But all in all, the garden doesn't look as bad as I expected it to. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Okay, so this is the harvest, excluding the tomatoes. And it's pretty good, especially for the amount of rain we've been getting. Okay, everybody, this concludes this video. Again, I hope that you will like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it if you can. You know that I love you, and God loves you too. Bye now.
3, 2, 1.
Now that's how you swim. Good job. Good job.
Hi guys, it's Bria here, and I just want to tell you that we had to get out the pool from my swimming lessons because it's raining so hard over here. Can you believe how much rain we're getting?
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain, guys. Yeah, she started her swimming lessons again for the summer. Thanks, Bria.
You're welcome. Bye.